In the last video, I casually mentioned that I might need a bigger pinion gear to calm down the torque that was turning my RC car into a wheelie machine and shaking my FPV feed like an earthquake. Turns out, that was only the opening act, because in this video, the car decided to expose every single weakness I had ignored. Let's start with the suspension, because this is where the first illusion shatters. Watch the rear of the car. Beautiful, controlled. Every landing gets absorbed and settled like it rehearsed for this moment. The rear shocks, absolute professionals. Now look at the front. Nothing. No compression, no effort, just vibes. Bad ones. In the previous video, I blamed the pinion gear. Easy target. But now, it's obvious the front shocks weren't just misbehaving. They were on strike. And here's the truth. I knew it. I saw the signs earlier. I just pretended they didn't exist. So I pulled the shocks out. Plot twist, they were fine. Good condition, decent oil, just a small leak. Fixed, nothing dramatic. I didn't even record it because I've already covered that in another video. If leaking shocks are haunting your life, the link is waiting for you in the description. So if the shocks weren't the problem, then what was? That's when I checked the A-arms. The rear A-arms move freely, smoothly and effortlessly. The front ones, stiff, locked, restricted, like something was quietly holding them hostage. This was the real problem. Well, one of them. I disconnected the front sway bar to isolate the issue. The sway bar's job is to keep the chassis stable during cornering, but right now, stability was the least of my worries. I needed answers. And answers appeared fast. One side was clearly worse than the other. Now let's talk about the red bottle sitting in the background. That bottle is guilt. Pure guilt. While upgrading this RC car with metal parts, I went full more is better with thread locker. Spoiler, it isn't. Thread locker migrated into places it had no business being in. It seeped into pivot balls. Pivot balls that are supposed to move freely. Instead, they froze. This one, completely locked. Zero movement. The arm felt like it was welded in place. The moment I disconnected it, the suspension breathed again. Inside the pivot ball was white, crusty residue. Dried thread locker. The silent assassin. After a deep clean, everything came back to life. Smooth, free, responsive. Look at those A-arms now. That's what they were always meant to do. Problem solved. Victory achieved. Or so I thought. I went outside, confident, optimistic, ready to enjoy the fix. I lowered the RC slowly, watching the suspension like a hawk. Rear shocks, perfect. Front shocks, still stiff. No, 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 no. Back inside. I checked again, rear compressing beautifully. Front refusing to fully compress. And then I removed the dog bone drive shaft. Suddenly, perfection. That was the moment everything clicked. Something was binding the drivetrain. Something was holding tension where there shouldn't be any. 5 hours. 5 hours of testing, removing parts, reinstalling them, staring at the car like it owed me money. And then I found it. The upgraded metal steering knuckles. Yes, the upgrade. They were gripping the dog bone too tightly, preventing proper suspension movement. Once fixed, the shocks finally worked the way they were supposed to. Smooth, responsive, alive. Now that was a real fix. Next problem, the camera, or more specifically, the lack of weight. The camera enclosure was too light, too hollow, too eager to vibrate. The solution? Play-Doh. Simple, ridiculous, effective. Adding weight helped dampen vibrations and cushion the camera. Finding the perfect amount took trial and error, but that's the beauty and the curse of this hobby. There's no manual, just you, the car, and a growing list of lessons. And finally, the pinion gear, the thing that started all of this. I swapped the 21-tooth pinion for a 23-tooth gear to reduce torque. This should have been step 1, absolutely step 1. But the gear had to travel from China first, and patience is part of the build whether you like it or not. And now, the result. After more than 3 months of experimentation, frustration, breakthroughs, and small victories, the FPV RC car is finally doing what it was meant to do. The camera placement was the hardest challenge. I wanted the widest field of view possible, which meant mounting it at the farthest point. That gave me incredible visuals, and introduced vibrations by suspending the camera in mid-air. Every gain came with a cost, but this is part 3 of the project, and the journey is far from over. If you want to see how this all began, the full playlist is waiting in the description. And if you enjoyed this ride, hit like, subscribe, and stick around. Because FPV RC cars aren't just builds, they are battles, and this one is just getting started.